few things to consider, with the time that's now coming up on the face of the earth. Kal halalam Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Akim out there who sincerely push this truth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Peace and blessings are upon the elect of the nation of Israel, the men, women, and children whom the Lord has foreordained to receive the spirit of truth and to deliver them out of the troubles that are about to come upon the face of the earth. Shalom. This lesson is going to be based upon an exhortation to be of a certain mindset in these last times right now. And that mindset is to be ready to flee. Right? The mindset to be ready to drop everything, literally everything, and flee. Right? Are you willing to discard the pleasures, the possessions, the attachments, the relationships that you have right now in this life at a moment's notice and flee? Matthew 24, verse 15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of the house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Right? The reason I brought this out is the urgency with which the Messiah warned the children of Israel who were living in Jerusalem at that time to flee. Right? That if you were up on the housetop, don't even come down in the house for anything. If you're in the field, don't even go back to the house for any clothes. That's the urgency. That's that ability to just drop all and leave. Will you have the ability to urgently leave all and flee? If so be that the Lord gives you the opportunity to flee? Are you still attached to the things and the relationships and the people that you have in this world? Right? Matthew chapter 16 and verse 21. It says, from that time forth began Yahushua to show unto the disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed and raised up again the third day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, O Lord, this shall not be. But he turned unto Peter and said, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but that be of men. Peter was saying, save your life. You won't die. Right? So the flesh is going to tell you the same thing. You're talking about die. Die for this truth. Die for what? Take the fucking chip. Take the vaccine. That's what your flesh is going to tell you. That's what your woman might tell you. That's what your family might tell you. Your friends, your co-workers. Will you be able to say, yo, get thee behind me, Satan? Right? And then even more. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Let's take a look at that word, deny. Let's see if we can get some more understanding here. Right? If anyone come after me, let him deny. Right? Let me open it up in a new tab here. All right, and the Greek word here is aparneomai. And it says to deny, to affirm that one has no acquaintance or connection with someone, to forget oneself, to lose sight of oneself and one's own interests. To deny utterly, that's from the Strong's definition. To deny utterly, to disown. Will you be able to disown all that you have when the time comes? Right? That's the mindset that you should start to begin to be in, yo. If you're not already in that mindset. Let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Right? And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Let's look at another example. This is the example of Lot. Right? This is Genesis chapter 19, and I'll read from verse 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and 2 daughters which are here, and let thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his head, because he was moving fast enough. And upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad, he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Now let's look at that word, look not behind thee, the word for look. The word there is nabat, and it means to look, to regard, right? To show regard, to pay attention to consider. The Strong's definition gives us a little bit more understanding. It says to scan, i.e. look intently at, by implication to regard with pleasure, to favor or care. Do you look at this world with regard, do you regard this world with pleasure, favor or care? That's what the angel told Lot. Don't look at this world with regard, favor, or care. Right? Leave it behind. And what happened to Lot's wife? She looked behind, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that she physically turned around. It could mean that in her spirit, she yearned for the things that she left behind, Because no doubt, Lot had substance. So she was living a comfortable life. And no doubt she didn't want to leave that. Right? And finally, we're going to wrap up with 2 Esdras 14, verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. This is a precept that we've brought out millions of times, and it's becoming more and more relevant as the days pass. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of men. Don't look at this world, don't regard it with care or favor. Cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature. Set aside the thoughts that are more heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done thereafter. That's pretty much what I want to bring out. Just going back to the first precept. Can you just leave everything? Leave your clothes. Are you able to just drop everything at a moment's notice, We all have to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to give us that spirit, right? To flee, not only spiritually, but if given a chance physically, and be detached from this world. Kal halalam la Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kodash, forgive me the spirit to do these lessons. Shalom.